Good afternoon, John. Another match. Sad to say, another defeat. Um, Looked good for 20 minutes at the start.
Yeah, I think we took a few minutes to get to grips with their shape, which we knew what it was, but I still think on the pitch we took a few minutes to get to grips with it. Um, but I thought, yeah, we've gone behind at a time when I thought we'd really grown into the game. I thought we were asking questions of them. We had an extra man in midfield, and I thought when we passed through midfield and showed a bit of composure, I thought we caused them some problems. And I think we were, yeah, as I said, we went behind at a time where I felt quite good in the game.
What was your view on the penalty?
My view was that it wasn't a penalty. Obviously, the lads got down the side of Luke. Very strong boy, Ricardo German, a real handful. Luke was trying to keep up with him, and my view was that Luke slid and played the ball out for a corner. Referee deemed it a penalty. I thought it was really harsh. No, I thought it was a definite fair tackle. I'll be honest. At the time, one or two people have said maybe they thought he caught the lad's foot. Their bench next to me had the same view as me, said it wasn't a penalty. But it's been given. It's gone against us.
And that changes the game.
It does. And I talk about fine margins. All managers talk about fine margins. There's a couple of real key moments in the game. I think that was one. I think the second goal was poor from us. Again, the lad got down the side of us and was allowed to roll Luke and shot across Bess into the far corner. We end up 2 down. Felt that was a little bit harsh on the balance of play, if I'm honest.
Did you think you were vulnerable then to maybe a third and kind of losing control
Well,
of
yeah,
the game?
the thing is that half time comes and we made a positive change. Took off a midfielder and brought on an attacker in Kashi. And
Nearly get it back to 2-1.
within 3 minutes of the half, he's got put in. He's done everything he can. Keeper's come out. He's lobbed him. And their defender's done brilliant to
Yeah,
get
Rolf,
back.
amazing tackle.
Absolutely
on the
brilliant.
line.
Save off the line.
Yeah.
So Kashi couldn't have done any more. It was what looked like a good finish. If it's like a yard, half a yard further on, it's a goal, and their lad, yeah, credit to him, great goal saving tackle, but that goes in, 48 minutes, 3 minutes into the half, and goals change games. I've said it a million times. I've said it for us and against us, and you don't know what that would have brought, but I think we'd have had some momentum at that point. I think it gave us a real chance of getting back in the game. You make a positive sub, that sub scores 3 minutes in the half, and you fancy yourselves to go and have a real go. That didn't happen.
And then another penalty. And what was your view on that? I'll be interested to hear. Or is it best you don't say anything?
I mean, the ball's gone in behind Peggy, and their lad has pushed into the back of Peggy, and he's fallen on the ball, and he's played it with his hand as he's fallen on the ball. I was in shock. People around me on the terraces and on their bench, obviously Chesham people laughing. I couldn't. It was the easiest free kick in the world to give. Refs give those free kicks all the time.
Well, later in the game.
Well, I was going to go on and say, yeah,
Sorry.
when a defender's shepherding the ball and a player makes contact from behind and they go down, 99 times out of 100 they give a free kick. It's just an easy free kick to give, and he's decided to give them a penalty. And then, yeah, you rightly say, down the other end, Dan Bradshaw, exactly the same. Pushed into their guy, he landed on the ball. It was almost like it was there to wind me up, because it was the identical situation, and the ref gives him a free kick. Just lost for words. And yeah, I couldn't believe what I saw there. And yeah, of course, 2-0 to 3-0 changes everything. We said to them at half time, even if it's 2-0 with 10 to go, you're in the game. And I don't even know the minute of the third goal, probably about an hour, 65 minutes, something like that. Yeah. We're in the game at that point, and it just takes the game away from you. So
Did the sending off give you any hope?
Yeah, I mean, that was 15 minutes to go. We put another attacking change on and tried to have a go. We had a few half chances, probably didn't really test the keeper enough.
What was your view on the red? Was it red?
Initially, I thought it was harsh. I mean, Luke has taken an elbow in the, he's got blood everywhere in his mouth. He's taken a whack. I don't know whether it was just a leading arm or an elbow. I'm not going to make a comment because I don't know for sure. yeah, it gave us a chance. If you score quickly, you just never know. But we weren't able to do that. So I'm kind of caught between feeling a little bit sorry for us and myself with decisions going against us. But I think there was also times today we didn't show enough quality, to be honest. The way their shape was with an extra man in midfield, I think if we'd have passed the ball better and quicker and sharper, then I think we could have caused them more problems than we did. So I thought we were doing that just before the first penalty.
What pleased
Yeah,
you today?
what pleased me? Not a huge amount, to be honest.
Better than Saturday?
Yeah, I feel different to Saturday because I think Saturday the result was there in our hands at half time, and we've given some really poor goals away. Chesham are a good side. I don't want to make it all about things we didn't do or the referee. They are a good side. They've won every game this season. I kind of compare us and them. We've not won, 2 points from 6. They've won every game, and I don't feel a million miles off them. That could be me being naive. Clearly, we need to improve. I need to improve us because we're not getting results, and you can't keep falling on the wrong side of these fine margins that we keep talking about. You can't keep being unlucky. We've just had a very frank, honest conversation in there, and I let the players talk, which was interesting. Lots of different views, lots of passion, which you want, but talk is cheap, and saying the right things in there is very different to doing the right things out there. I felt we buckled a little bit when we went behind.
Is part of that confidence
as we did Saturday. I say, yeah, I think it is, and I think the thing about as I said, using an extra man in midfield, passing quickly, the tempo. I think when you're on a losing run, you haven't got that confidence. Maybe that's harder to do. We're not playing instinctively at the moment. We're maybe overthinking things.
Got a break this weekend with the FA Cup coming up.
Yeah, we need. Yeah. And I just said in there, like, if you're Southall, you're looking at it. We're there for the taking. We're a team that can't win. Localish derby. Some of their players know ours, and vice versa, and they'll sense a cup upset there, which is, they're a league below us. It'll be a cup upset, but yeah, we need to get ourselves right this week. I've just said to the players in there, no secret, I can't accept the results we've had. I am trying to improve the squad. I need to make some changes where we're not good enough. I need to improve, and I'm not talking sweeping changes, but I will be trying to bring a couple of faces in this week because I think there's players in there that haven't been good enough now over 6 games.
How difficult is that going to be, bearing in mind that bringing a player in who potentially you might want for a game or two, and you cup tie them for the FA Cup? Does that hold hamper you?
It's not easy at this time of the season to sign players. If you're talking loans, then people don't want them cup tied. And if we're putting in 7-day approaches for players this week, we don't get them for the weekend anyway. So, there might be limited what I can do for next week, for Saturday. It may be for the next league game. But, it's difficult. It's a new squad of players. It's a squad that I've put together. So it's my responsibility. I don't like to have to say I got some recruitment wrong, but we've had to recruit a lot of players over a short period of time over the summer, and clearly we're not quite where we need to be. It's not an easy task when you start with 5 players like I did in May, and that was my own making. I felt the squad needed an overhaul. I thought we had a good pre-season, and that's not because we had easy games. We had some tough games pre-season. I thought we showed up well. I thought we were a little bit. I thought going into the season we were a little bit better than we are. So that's on me. It's my job. It's my job to get that right. I don't think it's wholesale changes. I think there's some players that maybe need a couple of fresh faces in and around them. We need a win. And I think it can quickly change. I'm not sat in there thinking we're miles off it, but we can't keep having these conversations after games. We need to start winning some football matches. That's what we're all here for, and we can't let this continue.
Okay. Well, thanks for the very frank and honest update. It's hard to come out here week after week with this. Appreciate that. Good luck this week in your recruitment, and we'll catch up with you next week at the FA Cup.
Thanks, John.